Now live from the WATD studios, it's the Bethoney Builders Podcast, featuring the Bethoney Builders crew, Chris Bethoney, Steve Burton, Christian Fauria, and Sophia Bethoney. Got questions? Text us at 781-837-4900. And now, here's your host, Sophia Bethoney.
Hello, and welcome to the Bethoney Builders Podcast. I'm your host, Sophia Bethoney. Today, I'm joined by some very special guests. First, former tight end of the New England Patriots and two-time Super Bowl champion, Christian Fauria. Then, we have my dad and our principal builder, Chris Bethoney.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
And joining us shortly is WBZ News Sports Director, Steve Burton. Dad,
all right.
Take it away.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you well, Christian.
So there's no echo, there's no nothing.
We don't have
You're
anything.
good.
We're good.
Okay, good.
Great.
All right, listen, so now that Steve's not here, let's talk about him.
Okay.
Let's talk about him, right?
Okay.
How about this setup you guys got? Like, this is pretty impressive. I mean, this is amazing. Look at Sophia's on the mic. Look at you, Chris. Like you're a pro.
Oh, no, come on, Christian. You know the pros and the Joes. And me and Sophia were so excited to join you and Steve, the pros, and we're just the Joes here at Bethoney Builders. But we're one big team and one big family, so we're just excited to be here with you.
Yeah, and I think this is great. So we can actually take calls. People can call in. They can ask you questions. They can ask me questions. They ask Steve questions. They can ask Sophia questions. Maybe they saw Sophia on that billboard, or on WBZ the other day. Maybe somebody want to ask a question about that.
Sure.
That's right.
Sure. Actually, well, before we get going, as we always do, we must thank everybody, and we must shout out to our sponsors and the people that have helped us get here. We've worked very hard, and in 5 weeks, we went from Patriots Place, Crazy Axes, and we're now here on board at 95.9 WATD with our first live radio show, the Bethoney Builders Podcast, with our Bethoney Builders crew, like Sophia said, Chris Bethoney, Sophia Bethoney, Christian Fauria, Steve Burton, and we're here with everybody to have a ton of fun. First shout-outs that we need to do, Sophia, let's hear about it. Local 103.
Local 103, thank you so much for sponsoring us.
Yes, absolutely.
We're here in their studio, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys, so thank you.
Yep, Local 103 stepped up big time. We want to thank all the hardworking men and women at Local 103.
Again.
And like we said, Sophia Bethoney was the WBZ MVP
of
the week.
The Zoom doesn't work. I was just, you want me to go through the Zoom?
She was the WBZ MVP of the week, and in fact, they were so kind to have her up on their billboard on Route on 93. So that was pretty exciting on Friday. Moving forward, we got a shout out to Koopman's Lumber, of course, and Trexdecking, which has been with us from day one. Mm-hmm. And we got a few new sponsors, right, Sophia?
We do.
Bob Bethoney.
Who's the sponsor?
We have Bob Bethoney's Karate Dojo,
Ooh.
which I've been going there for so long. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been going there, training. Everyone's super supportive, so be sure to look up Bob Bethoney's Karate Dojo on social media and go and follow them.
Hanson, Mass. And then to bring it forward, Christian, we also have a second announcement. We have a shout out to Peter Brown over at Tiny & Sons Auto Glass, located in Pembroke, Massachusetts. Peter does so much for the community. He's a great friend of Bethoney Builders and the Bethoney Builders Podcast. So, again, shout out Peter Brown. And again, Sophia, I go to yourself. Christian, not for nothing. Can you tell us a little bit about our first place New England Patriots?
All right, so I think I told you guys last week, right? If the Bills ended up losing Monday night to the Falcons and the Patriots would win the day before, that holy cow, wouldn't you know it, that the Patriots would be in first place in the AFC East. That is amazing. Think about all the cool things that have happened since this season has started. And first of all, 4-2, win some good games, beat the Buffalo Bills on the road, beat the Saints on the road. Just playing great football. And then the team that the Patriots have to play this week, the Tennessee Titans. So the Titans fire Vrabel 2 years ago, and sure enough, they hire Brian Callahan. Not even 2 years into it, the dude's only got 4 wins in 2 seasons, and Vrabel has 4 wins in 6 games. I think that's the best type of retribution I'm looking. I mean, it's just unbelievable the way this thing is playing out.
Christian, I hear excitement. I hear excitement in your voice, and only you know as a former player, do we have an identity on this team? I know that was a big issue at the start of the season. Will Campbell, the entire team, Drake May, Coach Vrabel. Boy, Christian, they're getting it done.
They are getting it done, and I would say, I mean, I didn't think it would happen this quickly, but it has. And the one thing I keep talking about, and you see this with other teams, there's a lot of belief now, like real belief. Like there's one thing for the head coach just to talk a good game. It's another thing for him to actually back it up. And the fact that they're winning in the fashion that they're winning early, they're winning late, they're making good decisions, they're screwing up multiple times and they're overcoming it. Other than that Pittsburgh game, which was just a flat-out debacle with the 5 turnovers, they've been, for the most part, pretty clean. Now, you can look at the Buffalo Bills and say, well, how good are the Buffalo Bills really after barely beating the Saints and looking at all the teams that they beat? The teams that they have beaten have a terrible record. Not one of the teams that they beat is over 500. So, really, and so you can sit there and go, man, they have some issues, but so what? It's not our problem. It's not the Patriots' problem. You can only play the teams that are in front of you. And I always said, like after beating up a team, it's not my problem that you guys suck. And didn't I tell you? I told you. Didn't I tell you that the Saints sucked? They actually played pretty decent. They actually, Spencer Rattler actually played pretty well. I was impressed with how he played. But they're just really young. And the Patriots made, and Drake May played unbelievable, like unbelievable.
Sure.
I mean, that's the biggest story is how advanced he is already for such a young player.
Sophia, do you think it will be harder for the Patriots team as they continue to win and they're going to play sub 500 teams, the records that are obviously below 500? My question to you is, do you think it will be, knowing your focus on discipline and mental strength, you think it'd be harder for the Patriots team to really focus, bear down, and make sure that they win these games that are clearly winnable in the next section of the schedule?
I think that there's definitely more pressure for the Patriots, but, we weren't really sure about this game with the Patriots versus the Saints, whether or not they would be able to pull it off and stay disciplined. And guess what? They did. They won 25-19. So I think that in the future, the Patriots, as long as they keep that same mental discipline, they can definitely pull it off.
I look at their schedule, and somebody tweeted out teams that have the hardest schedule and teams that have the easiest remaining schedule. And I want to say that the Patriots had the second easiest remaining schedule. Think about the teams that they still get to play. They haven't played. They get to play the Jets. They get to play the Dolphins. They're going to play the Tennessee Titans after just losing their coach. Not only did they lose their coach, but they lost the coach's son, who was the offensive line coach. So they lost Brian Callahan, who was fired. And the dad, Bill Callahan, was so pissed off and angry that he just quit. He just left. Well, he's not even coaching anymore. And it'd be like, Sophia, it'd be like, I fire your dad, and you're so good at what you do out of camaraderie and togetherness, you decide I'm leaving also. I mean, Trex would not be happy. Koopman would not be happy. None of these people.
Christian.
Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah, you get it. I'm driving it home pretty. So it's just, man, they could have 8 wins before Thanksgiving.
Wow. And not for nothing, but that took place when we were over at Koopman's the other day. I think I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving. Do you know why, Christian? Because if I recall, that's one thing about audio and tape. You know where I'm going with this. Christian Fauria is making up a pot of gumbo. Never had it. Oh, so excited. And, we're going to make our way down. I think Christian had said, too, he might be in Pembroke, Massachusetts. So if that's the case, we're going to come over with our forks and spoons and try out this homemade gumbo by Christian Fauria.
The last time I made gumbo, we always celebrate Thanksgiving at my sister-in-law's house. And I put the gumbo in the back of the car. And I was driving from Foxborough to Pembroke. And it was a huge pot of gumbo, and then it tipped over, and the gumbo fell into the car. Now, if you've ever gumbo's got a really strong smell, and if it gets into your carpet, you're not getting it out. So the only way I finally got rid of that smell is by selling the car. I sold it. I disinfected it. I cleaned it. I did everything I could. It still smelled in that car. So don't spill it on your clothes.
Oh, my goodness. Christian, you're always beyond a ton of fun. So it's just amazing. We're going to switch gears a little bit because, again, we're primarily, one of our things is we're a building show. So, folks, we're sponsored by Bethoney Builders. It is a company that I'm the principal builder at. Our daughter, Sophia Bethoney, and our Bethoney Builders crew, as Christian Fauria has said on previous times, they love him at Koopman's Lumber. He tends to get a little extra. He's got a few extra power tools. So on all of these podcasts and during our broadcasts at some time, you're going to get to see live videos of our Bethoney Builders crew in action, whether we're building projects, we're doing site visits. Currently, what's going on for upcoming projects right now, we're finishing the Tam residence, finished basement in Marshfield, Massachusetts. Shout out to Nicholas and Elizabeth Tam. Nicholas actually is a 20-year school teacher at Duxbury Middle School, as well as the assistant football coach, Duxbury High School. We know how many trophies they've brought back to Duxbury. On a different front, the Melvin family. Paul Melvin, 40-year-plus friend of ours, has entrusted us with his new home purchase. We're going to renovate some interior space, some hardwood flooring, a new set of interior stairs, and ultimately we're going to build a brand new Trexdecking. And all those materials will be supplied by our partners in business, which is Koopman's Lumber, located Pembroke, Massachusetts, with an additional 12 other locations throughout Massachusetts. That's what's going on the builders front. We got some excitement today, Christian, going on. Sophia, obviously, was very humbled to earn the opportunity. WBZ MVP of the week, CBS
Nice.
News. Incredible.
Nice.
They did an incredible piece. Shout out to Nick.
Shout out to Nick Giovanni.
Nick Giovanni, shout out if you're listening. He did an incredible job, and we're very grateful and humbled, again, for Sophia, humbled for that. Sophia will speak on it a little bit. We have a big announcement. They're all big, it seems, Christian, every week.
We have big announcents every week.
I know, Christian.
No.
It's
Every
big.
week.
But this one here is big. The gentleman is big in stature. He is big in heart. I got to tell you, he's one of the, when it comes to mind about somebody who was extremely kind, hardworking, an absolute superstar, like what we have here, Christian Fauria and Sophia Bethoney. But
Wow.
he is known worldwide. He is a big personality with a big heart. His kindness, his humbleness. I could tell you a little bit more, but you're going to have to wait a little longer. I think they call that a teaser in the industry. Is that
I
what
like
it is,
it.
Christian?
You did a good job selling it. I'm going to stick
trying.
around to make sure I hear
We're
it.
trying, buddy.
Pay it off.
There's going to be big tonight in all forms of the world. And on another front, too, we're waiting. We want him to drive very safely. We have WBZ Sports Director Steve Burton. He's en route. Steve, I don't know if you can hear us. Are you out there?
Hear you, yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, now, the night just got so much better. You drive safe. We know you're en route
Well,
here.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I was listening to Christian. Hopefully Christian can hear me.
Yep.
Talk about the Patriots, and here's the deal with the Patriots. They don't know how good they are, right? Momentum is building. These guys are fired up. They're in first place. You don't want to even tell the players. Players don't want to hear we're in first place. They just want to concentrate on the next game. Like, they're downplaying this first place thing. It's on to the next game. They know they can win in Tennessee. They're going to play for Mike Vrabel, who just got let go 2 years ago. They want to come back down there and put a whopping on the Tennessee Titans, and they know they can do that. Wow. So it's a fun time to be a Patriots fan. It's a fun time to be a New England fan. Bethoney Builders is building big-time stuff, and we're fired up about all this. Sophia, MVP of the week on WBZ for New England. And that is absolutely, you have no idea how many people are in line for that role. The competition is keen. You won it last week, and a huge billboard up on 93 of you that was put up. That was really, really exciting. So congratulations, Nick Giovanni. As you mentioned, did a super job. And you know what? We're just building New England up, and you guys are building up on the South Shore, which is pretty exciting.
Oh, my goodness. Steve, just to hear your voice, knowing, like you're saying, I just leave it at that. We are beyond excited. I mean, Steve Burton, WBZ Sports Director, en route, dealing with New England weather, but he's making sure that he gets here in person for the Bethoney Builders Podcast. We got our Christian Fauria, just amazing. I mean, folks, not for nothing. We're here. We're having a lot of fun. We're so grateful to be able to join you and reach out to you, but I cannot even begin
Chris.
to tell you what all of our friends mean to us. We love them, and we're just so grateful and happy to share them with you. I hope you're really enjoying them here at 95.9 WATD. Chris Gabeal behind the cameras. He works. I don't know many people that work harder than Chris Gabeal. He just makes it happen. And back to you, Sophia. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we're so lucky to have just such a great team on our podcast. Again, we have Chris Gabeal, Christian Fauria, Steve Burton, my dad, Christopher Bethoney, and myself. And, even in the construction industry and in the sports industry, you have to work as a team to accomplish big goals.
And
Big
Sophia, Christian knows about big rings, unified teams. Ask him what he did with the Super Bowl rings.
What did you do with your Super Bowl ring?
I mean, you talking about, listen, he's going to tease me because I thought I lost. This is a true story, by the way. I thought I lost both my Super Bowl rings, okay? And for years, I couldn't find them. But the thing is, I wasn't really looking for them. And then suddenly, and I just knew that they would just pop up. Suddenly, I'm at work or I'm at the airport or something like that, and I bring my backpack and the thing's dinging or whatever. And the guy's like, hey, you got to bring it over here. And literally my Super Bowl rings, my 2 Super Bowl rings were in my backpack the whole time. I had been carrying that backpack around for years and never knew that they were in there. They're in some small little pouch. I obviously hid them way too well. And after 2 years, I just realized that I never really lost them like I thought. I just misplaced them.
Oh, wow.
See?
So if he had lost that backpack, he would have lost
Yeah.
a whole lot of money
And memories.
Super Bowl rings.
Yeah. And memories. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a true story, by the way.
Christian, on a future episode, do you think that maybe you can put your rings on and be able to show them to us and the fans? We'd love to see them.
I can go get them right now, or we can wait. We can tease it because, of course, I can grab whatever you want. I have 2 replica Super Bowl trophies too that I can show you.
Everybody, that's what we love about Christian Fauria, Steve Burton, Sophia. They will do whatever they can, whatever they need to do to help the team. They're team players. We're beyond fortunate and blessed to have them be our friends, be part of our Bethoney Builders crew, and with teamwork and working together, we're going to be successful with those things. With as far as the viewers and everything, we're just so grateful that everybody's here. We got big news, Sophia. We've been building ADUs, and people out there are very interested in them. ADUs here in Massachusetts are becoming a very important tool for housing, whether it's families that have their parents aging in place, whether it's for kids or college age or similar that need housing or rental opportunities so people can offset some of their expenses or make some earned income for themselves via some rentals. So this is exciting. Can you tell everybody a little bit about your project? And it was part of your segment on why you were able to be fortunate to win the WBZ MVP of the Week. Can you tell us about your project and give us a website?
Before you do that,
Of course.
Before you do that, Sophia, tell people what ADUs are and what it stands for.
So ADU stands for Accessory Dwelling Unit. It's a small attached or detached home that you can put on the same property as a larger home. And my project is called Sophia Bethoney's ADU Blessing. You can find it at www.sophiabethoneysADUblessing.com. And our goal is to create a 100% donated labor and materials ADU for a veteran in need. So we would be giving someone a home.
Yeah, you gotta let Steve and I, when you guys do that, we'll treat it like Habitat for Humanity, and Steve and I will get our tool belt and we'll start hammering some nails if that's even part of it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we would love that.
Yeah, we should definitely. I'm nominating Steve.
It was fantastic.
I'm in, but hey, I don't use a hammer. I got a nail gun. Nail gun.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Steve's got a nail gun.
Yeah, nail gun.
Mm-hmm.
You got to catch up with the times, man.
I know. I'm old school.
100%. But like you said, Christian, I didn't know that. I have a piece of paper and I had a list of our team and our Bethoney Builders crew and the project. Christian, when I was looking at the paper, I think you're right at the top of the list. We kind of already nominated you that you're in. We forgot to ask you. I apologize, Christian.
That's okay.
It's always important to ask you.
I'm already in anyway.
Steve, I made that mistake. I forgot I had to ask Christian. I looked here, Christian. I didn't sign your name, but I did put your name on the paper.
That's totally fine.
That's he's family.
It's family. I know I could do it.
The ADUs are really interesting to me because it is funny. they've been around for a long period of time, at least in Los Angeles. But I didn't know they were called ADUs. And I'm literally watching this TV show, and they're talking about ADUs. And I'm like, holy crap! Like, this is going to be a big deal, because obviously affordable housing, if you have kids that can't afford to buy a home and maybe they're working to save, you can add one. Maybe your parents are getting a little old, you want to move them in the house, you don't want any stairs, you want them to have their own bathroom, you want them nearby. Or if you just want to supplement your income and you have a lot of space, it's just there's so many different options that you can take. It's just pretty amazing.
And never to interrupt you, Christian, but a couple of things. We've been building things that are referred to as in-law apartments or in-laws and accessory dwelling units in different communities. We've actually at Bethoney Builders and myself, I've been building these for approximately 30 plus years. It's just now that with the Home Care Act that was passed in August of 2024 that went into ultimately in effect around February of 2025, it's giving everybody a by right use of up to 900 square feet, attached or detached additional dwelling unit. People don't even know it, but very experienced builders. I'm part of Samboa, Southeastern Mass Building Officials Association. People that know and very educated on it, you actually can build ADUs that are bigger than 900 square feet. You just need to go petition for a special permit for a variance for that, have the community. So there are still a lot of caveats that...
What's a buy rate? You said there's a buy rate. How does that mean?
I apologize. A buy right.
Oh, a buy. What's that? What does that mean?
Means by law you have the right to add an accessory dwelling unit on your property for that.
Regardless of the town you live in, or regardless of So that is the biggest difference between last year and this new law that had just been passed, and how it's. And I don't think anybody really knows about it. They probably don't even know about this law has been passed.
Well, in a lot of cases, the goal of it was to bring this opportunity forward, make it a by right use, streamline the permitting process, which was causing folks a lot of what I refer to as soft costs, additional permitting, hearings, attorney representation, a lot of things that.
Is it because the town wasn't ready for it yet? Is that what it was about?
No, there's a lot of logistics that go on. Certain towns have water issues, septic sewer issues. There's a lot of things that need to be taken into consideration. A coastal community versus an inland community. There are a lot of factors, but I'm watching to keep everything. I thought of something in a good way. We have, as we mentioned earlier, we have a huge announcement. I really can't keep it to myself much longer. I'm almost about to share it, but you know what? We got to go to break first, Christian.
We got to sell some soap. Okay.
That's how we do. And on the backside of that break, we're going to let everybody know what that exciting big announcement is. So
stay tuned.
Hello, Chris Bethoney of Bethoney Builders here. Are you considering an upcoming home improvement project? A home addition, that new garage with bonus room, or an in-law suite for your parents? If so, then let's go. From design to job completion, Bethoney Builders has got you covered. Our goal is to keep your project moving forward, on time and on budget. Bethoney Builders provides free estimates. We are fully licensed, registered, and insured. Call Bethoney Builders today at 781-898-8018. Find us on the web at BethoneyBuilders.com and on Facebook.
This is the Bethoney Builders Podcast on 95.9 WATD. Once again, here's your host, Sophia Bethoney.
All right, listeners, welcome back. I'm going to throw it over to Chris Bethoney.
Yeah, it's Chris Bethoney, and again, they give me the title of the principal builder here at Bethoney Builders. I like to refer to myself, Christian, as Dad. I know that you and Steve know exactly what I'm talking about. But, all right, here we go. Big announcement. We're going to need a lot of help. I'm going to ask Sophia to point to her good friend and team member, Chris Gabeal. Give Chris Gabeal, tell him, here we go, everybody. Can we get that drum roll, Larry, one more time? Okay, here we go.
Chris Gabeal, hit it.
Chris Bethoney, of course I know who you are. I hear you build homes on the South Shore. So this is what I need. I need a 7-bedroom, 35 square foot, on the water. But this is the kicker. I need you to do it for free. Okay? I'll do a little commercial for you, son. I just need something big on the water. You need the master bedroom to be double story. I need my bed to fit 50 people. And congratulations to everything you do, and I love you, brother. All right? Let me know. If not, I'm going to tell everybody you build tiny homes.
Okay, so I'm going to grab that. Everybody, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq, we love you. I can't even begin to thank you for your friendship and your support that you've given to me personally, our Bethoney Builders family, our Bethoney Builders team and crew. We're going to come looking for you, Shaq, to give you a high five and a hug. Thank you for all the support. And, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to try to reach out. We're going to try to find Shaq. As you saw, he mentioned, he'll do some things for me, but I got to do it for free. Sophia, isn't that our plan? The ADU?
Yes,
We're
indeed.
going to do it for free. Then Shaq told me, I think he made a deal to me, Steve, that he said if I don't do the big house, that he's going to tell everybody that we do tiny houses. Sophia, are we doing the ADU?
Yes, we are.
I think that qualifies for a tiny house. Shaq, we love you. I would never challenge you because we just got too much appreciation and everything else for you, but I am going to call on you. Shaq, we're hoping for your support. We love you. We're going to ask everybody on our podcast, and we got to find you, Shaq. Where's Shaq? Sophia, can you help us?
I think I know a gal, and I also think that I know a scal.
Can you help us what that means? Who's the gal?
Chris Gobeal, can you help us out?
Okay. Sophia, tell us who it is.
We have Kayla Burton.
And, oh, my goodness, is that NBC Sports? Steve, is that correct? NBC Sports, our host at NBC Sports?
NBC Sports Boston, yes. He does a pregame and postgame for the Celtics. But, hey, you know what? Shaquille O'Neal is huge. I mean, you got Shaquille O'Neal back in your company. That's pretty exciting. A gal, and who's the other person you know, Sophia?
Who's the other person you know, Sophia? Yeah, we know you already named. We got Kayla. What else did you say? Who is that person?
And the second person is Scal.
Steve, can you help us out? Who is Scal?
Brian Scalabrine. Everybody knows who Scal is. Scal is the analyst for the Celtics on NBC Sports Boston and does the games. And both those guys know Shaquille O'Neal. So if we're on an all-out hunt for Shaq, and Shaq is backing you, which he is, which is pretty cool to begin with. What people may not know on the South Shore, Chris, is that you have a lot of athletes that back you, that love Bethany Builders, that want them building their own places by your company, and it's amazing the outreach that you have from a number of athletes from around not only Massachusetts, from around the world that want a piece of Bethany Builders, and it's exciting.
You know,
so we
Steve,
got to find Shaq.
Well, like you say, we're going to go out hashtag Where's Shaq. So all of our viewers, Christian, Sophia, Chris Cabile, Steve Burton, we got Larry Engineering, we got Quinn who helped us today. We could go on and on. All of our viewers and listeners, we're going to go hashtag Where's Shaq. We're going to hit the pavement. We're going to hit the ground. We're going to go look for Shaq and tell him how much we appreciate him, love him, and hopefully he can take a look at what we're doing. Again, I say this, and I want to be very careful, but Shaq, I know his father was a military drill sergeant in the Army, and I know this. We're hopeful that he will fully support, and he understands what we're looking forth to do. We're going to work very hard and to honor our veterans. We hope to be able to get a veteran here in the South Shore that really needs a home, and we're gonna help produce that home with love and support to do that. Like I said,
I do want to throw this out there, Christian. You know, you being a former pro athlete. There are a lot of pro athletes you're going to find surprised that how many know Chris Bethoney and Bethany Builders that are supporting this podcast and supporting this company.
Well, here's the great thing about the small circle that I live in, or that I really used to live in, right? Is once somebody like Steve always has got a guy, right? And
gotta have a guy.
Yeah. So I feel like once you got a guy in building, and then if they find out you're building something, they want to meet your guy. And that would be my guy, Chris Bethoney, right, from Bethoney Builders, right? They come by, you vouch for them. Like, you don't get, this type of, consideration if you don't do
and
good
support,
work.
right?
You don't get other guys asking, hey, can I get his number? Okay, when other guys vouch for you, you just listen. It's just like a great, badge of honor, and respect, because, not that we're perfect, but, we do have high standards. We work really hard for our money. the careers aren't that long. You were helping a lot of these guys build their dream homes and for their family and their friends. So, listen, man, like Shaq is. I don't know if you could do any better than Shaq. I feel like we really hit it out of the park. First, we had David Ortiz. Wasn't that the other guy we had?
We had David
Ortiz.
Big Poppy.
Jose,
so that's.
Canseco.
We had Jose.
Right, we had Jose Canseco.
And Jose Canseco. Shout out Jose Canseco. Shout out David Ortiz. Christian and Steve, beyond humbled for your kind words. You guys, I consider you your family, and you're also customers. And when it comes time to get that work done, we do like the Patriots. We focus. We have discipline. Really excited to get down to both of your homes this fall. We're going to make some great things happen. That's already in the pipeline to do that. Sophia Bethoney's doing her drafting and designing, and she's got some special ideas, and she's going to listen to Christian and his missus and his family. She's going to listen to Steve and Ginny and their children and family, and we're going to make sure we get it right down at their homes. Steve had mentioned that I've been fortunate and blessed to know a lot of professional athletes, a lot of people in high-profile type things because they've worked hard their whole lives to earn that opportunity. Need to be humble, work hard, be humble, be kind, and anybody coming up in business or wants to try to, if I can share anything from my experiences, how I've been blessed to have the opportunity to earn these friendships, keep it simple, just be honorable, be reliable, and do the very best that you can, and hope that and always rely on your faith. I'm very religious. I rely heavily on my faith. God is where we start from.
And make sure you have a good level and a hammer.
Yeah, they love you at Christian. They love you at Christian. They love you at Koopman's Lumber. I turned around. I said, "Can I come behind the desk?" They showed me the balance sheet. They go, the numbers are always good, but when Christian comes in, we always get a little extra in materials.
Yeah, when I have a project going on, the numbers always just go skyrocket through the roof. Oh, he's back every 10 minutes. I'm back in there.
I had a couple salesmen from these places. They're almost tussling a little bit to get Christian's business. They love when he's ordering lumber.
Easy.
You know what's great
They're the
about
best.
The other thing that's great about Bethoney Builders, and Sophia, you can attest to this. It's a family organization, right? And you get a chance to work with your dad. What's that like, Sophia?
It's honestly really incredible because I know a lot of kids my age, they go out and maybe don't do this kind of work with their parents, but it's just a whole nother level of expertise and just that family bond that we have, I think.
For sure.
It's unlike no other.
We're the dad-daughter duo in the building business. We humbly like to consider ourselves really working hard to earn people's business. Bethoney Builders, Duxbury, Mass. You want a home addition, you want an ADU, you want a renovation, finished basement, deck, or you just want to say hello. Feel free to call anytime. I'd love to earn your business, but more important to earn your new friendship. We don't get them all, but we'd like to get enough to be able to provide. So if we can earn your business and you can be customers of ours like many, many, many other people have been for over 36 plus years here in the South Shore, please give my office a call, 781-898-8018. Chris Bethoney, you'll get me. I'm the one that's in charge of your estimating, your project control. Sophia designs it. And whenever we have any questions or concerns, we reach out to Christian Fauria, Steve Burton, and say, what do we do?
What's the craziest thing you've ever been asked to do? What's the craziest, craziest thing that somebody wanted, in their basement or in their backyard or pool decking, pool house? What's the weirdest
Well, if
thing?
I mind, Sophia's actually working on right now. We're working on one for our good friend Tom Ford, who lives in Weymouth, Massachusetts. 40, I got your tag. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build him a new home. We're going to build him a ranch-style home, almost an ADU-style home, but it is actually a single-family home. It's going to have a full basement with a high ceiling down there, approximately 14 feet. Christian, we're putting in a state-of-the-art golf simulator in his entire basement on his home. He's a huge golf guy. We're going to go reach out to our friends. Right here I go, Steve. DJ over at Pickle Dome up there in Natick, Massachusetts. That's where we get it.
Bossy.
There we go, DJ Bossy. That's where we get our pickleball. We get out there, and I get out there with Steve and inviting Christian and Sophia, Chris Gabil. Everybody come on out. I think we can find a court. I think they have 25, 30 courts out there, state of the art. We're going to try to work with them on this golf simulator for Tom Ford, put in a state of the art facility in his basement. If he had his choice, he'd take a 5x5 bedroom and he'd have the whole rest of the house a golf facility. He just loves the game.
14 feet is your ceiling. I think mine's about 9, maybe 10, because that's standard. Standard's pretty low, right? So having 14 feet is pretty
it's tough to swing a golf club then, right?
That's exact, Steve. Yeah, I mean, we could have some fun with this. You know what we could do? We could build this home and be proud of it and think we're all set. Then we can invite Shaq down there and put a golf club in his hand, and when he clunks it off the ceiling, we're going to say, all right, Shaq, apparently we've got to take you outside to the putting green.
Yeah, better get a really big net.
Got to be high.
14 feet, Steve. I know you, I believe even Christian for sure, and Sophia, we all can take a swing at the golf course. It's going to be state-of-the-art golf simulator in his basement. We're proud to do that project. But Christian, on projects, we've done many recess hot tubs. Matter of fact, we got a hot tub project coming down to the Burton residence. Hashtag Steve Burton.
Will you put a cold tub in there for him too? Will you put one of those cold plunges in there so he can he needs to. Well, I mean, that's the best way to revitalize your old bones there, Steve, is to go, dunk yourself into that cold plunge and then hop in that. What is it, Sophia? Recessed? Is that what we're talking? Recessed hot tub. You just walk in.
Hey, why do you have to call my bones old?
Because listen, because I saw you earlier today. You're looking old. You need a cold plunge.
Hey guys, I got one more for you. I mean, it's the first episode. I got another surprise. Christian, I got another surprise. This here surprise is specifically for Steve Burton and Christian Fauria, and we want them to know how much we appreciate them, and I think they're going to like this one segment. Larry, can I get one more drum roll? Everybody listening, that's Larry over there. We couldn't get the show done without him. And, here we go. I'm going to give it to you. It's our segment. It's that time. We're going to take the questions after the break, but it's called Ask the Builder.
Okay.
Ask the Builder.
Ask the Builder. We have some folks that have called in, texted some messages. They got some questions and they want some answers, but I made it clear. We'll give you the answers from the pros and the Joes, but please, before we even get started, folks, the opinions that we're going to express are only our opinions. Here comes that disclaimer, Christian, right? It's only of our opinions. Any specific projects. Yeah, and we don't always agree, like Steve said, and you really should get your local building officials in the town boards that do an amazing job here in the South Shore and throughout Massachusetts. That's where your permanent answers are. But we're going to do our best to give you our personal and professional opinions, but, we'll leave it at that. So, Larry, can you take us to break, and then we'll pick it up after the segment? Hello, Chris Bethoney of Bethoney Builders here. Are you considering an upcoming home improvement project, a home addition, that new garage with bonus room, or an in-law suite for your parents? If so, then let's go. From design to job completion, Bethoney Builders has got you covered. Our goal is to keep your project moving forward, on time, and on budget. Bethoney Builders provides free estimates. We are fully licensed, registered, and insured. Call Bethoney Builders today at 781-898-8018. Find us on the web at BethonyBuilders.com and on Facebook.
This is the Bethoney Builders Podcast on 95.9 WATD. Once again, here's your host, Sophia Bethoney.
All right, we're back, and we're just about to tune into a new segment called Ask the Builder. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Well, Ask the Builder is where folks throughout the South Shore and anybody that's listening to us here at WATD 95.9 FM, our friends and partners now in our journey with the Bethoney Builders Podcast. Here's what we're going to do. Folks are able to call in and text in, and we're going to reach out to Larry, see if he had some communications. I did have some people that reached out earlier, and they kind of got the jump, posed some questions, but let's see if Larry has anything for us. Anything, Larry? Okay, so you have that there. We're looking at, well, let me see that screen. Okay. Question, something Mike from Weymouth. Okay. Questions in regards to, well, once again, a subject we've been talking about, ADUs. One of Mike's question, I believe, is approximately how long of a time frame, if you're building an ADU in the idea of 700 to 800 square feet, what type of time frame are you looking at from the time you start construction to the completion of the project so you could move in? Well, Mike, I'm going to take lead on that. If the project is an attached ADU, project, for example, start to finish on, say, a 750 square foot ADU, which would consist of a one-bedroom, maybe one-bedroom, one-bath, living room, eating, kitchen, stackable washer and dryer, that type of standard build-out from foundation, we would look to have that finished in approximately 60 days. Sophia, is that correct, when we were involved in the ones in Rockland?
It's correct.
Okay, so that'd be the case on that. If you're doing
2 months?
yeah, that's correct. From foundation, once the foundation's in and the utilities have been secured, we want to be cleaned up and done with the cooperation of the building departments for inspections. We want to be cleaned up and done in under 60 days. Our true goal is 45 to 50 days, but ideally we'll allow 60 days because the municipalities work very hard, but with a lot of as we know, some of the budget cuts, they're working overtime to make sure that they can get these inspections done, but they work very hard. Matter of fact, I need to attend a SMBOA meeting, which is Southeastern Mass Building Officials Association meeting tomorrow morning with our association here in the Southeastern Massachusetts. I'll be in Taunton, Massachusetts tomorrow. Yeah.
It's a good question by Mike.
Yeah, go Mike. We have one more. Let me take a look over there.
Ask the builder.
Larry.
Ask the builder.
Oh, my goodness. I see it. Okay, Trexdecking. Billy from Kingston is asking, okay, I'm considering doing a deck replacement. Couldn't make the decision whether I should use Trex composite decking or should consider another material for decking. What is your thoughts? Well, we have a partnership here. Our personal opinion is we work with Trexdecking Corporation, which is the #1 decking company in the world. We happen to use their composite decking materials, which our customers are very, very pleased with. We accommodate that with some PVC trim and some vinyl railings of all different colors and makeup and so forth. And, we're over here. We go Trexdecking, we go Koopman lumber. Most decks that we do, if it's a deck that's maybe around, for example, the Melvin deck, which is a 12 by 12 deck with a set of stairs, we'll demo that existing deck. We'll then rebuild that new deck, pressure-treated decking, Trexdecking, vinyl railing system, all in. If we start that project on a Monday, whether it already has a helical pile footing system or a precast concrete footing system, from those footings will be cleaned up and done within approximately 4 to 5 days and ready for an inspection from the town.
Nice.
So
nice.
That's the goal on that. And we've been proven to do that. We're already starting. I got to give you one more. Actually, very excited. I'm going to announce it.
Come on.
All right, I'm going to give it to you. This is big. Town of Weymouth, where I grew up. Love the town of Weymouth. Spoke to the school superintendent, Melanie Curtin. Shout out Melanie Curtin. And the athletic assistant over there, Christine O'Connor. Here's what we're doing, folks. We got on board to sponsor a program. We're making a monetary donation next Tuesday for the purposes of helping children pay for their sports fees with everything that goes on. If you're going to join a team, there's fees that come along, and a lot of kids are finding, and the parents, they work so hard, but that little bit of extra income. But then we've stepped it up. We've put a challenge there. If anybody in the town of Weymouth chooses to hire us for a deck project where we can build a new deck, we're going to take 5% of the profit margin of every deck that we do, and it's going to go directly back to the Weymouth school systems into that scholarship fund that they can use to help kids offset that. I've now considered doing that. We've been contacted. We're going to approach multiple schools throughout the South Shore. That program I want to duplicate throughout whatever school system wants us to do it. I will match the exact terms of what we did for the town of Weymouth and the school system, and we expect it to be a complete success. That banner is going up immediately at all their sporting events. We've now formed this, I won't say partnership, but this alliance for the right cause, which is to help out kids with athletic costs and whatever that these athletic and school directors feel that is the best place to put these resources. Again, we're not a huge family-owned company, but we will work extremely hard 6 days a week to give back to our community. It's not about lining our pockets here, Steve.
Hey, it's exciting. I'm right outside the doors. Have somebody come let me in because I got to see this studio you got going on.
This is absolutely fantastic. Jerry Levitt, can you help us out? We got Steve Burton. He wants in. And I know we got, hey, Christian, enough for nothing. I know on this particular week you're off site. Christian, we have some serious sandwiches and food that we brought in. And you know Steve.
That was going to be the case.
Christian, you know Steve. Yeah. I'm going to bet that he's hungry. He's worked hard all day. And we got Steve. We weren't sure what you wanted, so they said, well, what exactly do you want to bring in for Steve? I said, listen, Steve is family. We've been around each other for decades. Do me a favor. Just get 3 or 4 of each, and Steve will figure it out.
Yeah, I've seen. If you ever watch the post-game show on CBS after the Patriots game, for those home games, the one guy that's eating his share of food would be Steve Burton. Oh. It's a battle between Steve and Scott Zolak, because Zolak will eat like a million chicken wings and spit all over the place. Yeah. Steve has a little bit more class when it comes to him eating during breaks. But if you ever see us come on late on that post-game show, it's because Steve is eating ice cream.
Christian, I'm going to get the jump on this. Would you just pass our love and support, and we always would welcome. If Scott Zolak ever wants to shout out and say hello, he's always welcome on the Bethoney Builders Podcast. Mike Reese, it's the same thing. These guys, all your friendships, we're trying to just expand our family here, and I'm coming to you guys, and we're saying, everybody that's watching and viewing, truly, we hope that you're enjoying our podcast. We want you to join us each and every week here on Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. at WATD 95.9 FM. We're having fun. And like I say, if you see us around the community, come out and say hi. Family-owned business. And oh, my goodness.
There he is.
Look who it is.
Here. Let's give it up, Steve.
Better late than never.
That's all right. You kidding me? Come on now.
It's good to
give
see
that man
you.
a mic.
Oh, my goodness. Step right up and over. Come on in. Everybody, Steve Burton, WBZ Sports Director, has worked so hard in the weather and the rain, worked already multiple shifts, and he's here to support us because he's a crew member.
Yeah, Tuesday's a busy day.
Just to get down here to close out the show.
There you go.
Here we go.
What's up, guys? Hey, great show so far. First time launching it, Sophia?
Lots of fun.
Excellent job. Look at Christian.
Look at Christian.
I'll say, hey, man, it's a big-time studio. You got to get down here.
Listen, man, basketball comes first, buddy.
I understand. No, I get it, family.
You've had like 500 kids, make it to the next level.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
But don't be ashamed of it like this. Steve is a great dad, obviously.
I appreciate that, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's both him and his wife Jeannie. They're great people. I mean, it takes a lot to raise 4 kids and have them all play at the next level. It's a lot of time that goes into that. And I've learned a lot from Steve. We've been talking for years about our kids. And I'm almost done. I'm still in the weeds, but Steve is basically done. Like, all his kids are done with college.
Well, it's been a blessing from above. There's no question about that. And you do want to try and raise your kids the right way. And it's fun to see this podcast, daughter's dad podcast. And Sophia, you've done a great job. And Kristen, the way she designs these projects, and Kristen, and Kristen, let's not leave out your wife. Either.
Come on.
Because Alina...
how do they say that, Steve? First of all, we're going to shout out Ginny Burton and the Burton children. We love you.
I want to shout out Alina.
And now we got to shout out Alina Bethoney.
Yes.
Alina, come on in.
Give her a mic.
Oh, she's a little bit
shy.
She's a little bit shy today.
She's shy. I understand that.
And we can't forget Big G, Jerry Levitt.
Yeah.
Chris, can we get them? Big G, Jerry Levitt. Shout out Alina Bethoney. It doesn't happen with all this help and support, guys.
And to our sponsors. We got to get some sponsors. We need car sponsors, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. We need some car sponsors.
Yeah, exactly.
All right? Because we expect this show to go big time because we're going to have some big-time athletes on this show.
Oh, for sure.
Christian, the shout-outs that these athletes come from around the country and from around the world to support the Bethoney Builders organization is phenomenal.
Yeah,
so we got to get
impressive.
some car dealerships.
dealerships.
I hope you're working on that.
Stephen, we're not only working on that. I already have them, but It's episode number 1 here at WATD. I can't give it all away. I mean, not for nothing, but behind Chris Cabile is a box.
I understand
There's
that.
a box, and we got some people at the door downstairs. They wanted to get in, but we just need to just say, listen,
everybody slow down.
Yeah, everybody just take it slow and easy. It's bad enough that I'm a little excitable tonight. I'm all excited it'll be here. We didn't even get to the barbecue segment. Did anybody see the segment over Koopman's Lumber? If anybody out there makes some amazing barbecue ribs, all the fixings, and what's that, slaw? Coleslaw. Steve Burton is a big fan of. So if that happens to thing and you think you make some of the best barbecue here in Massachusetts, I know that Christian had mentioned he really hasn't had ribs very much and so
can't
forth.
believe that,
and we know that Steve
Don't eat them.
We know that Steve is a pro when it comes to barbecue. Myself, I'm somewhere in between, and Sophia, she loves barbecue. So, if you got that barbecue, get in touch with us because we want to do a taste test. And if you think you got the best barbecue in the area, we want to know about it.
And next week when we do this radio show, we're going to take calls. We're going to take more calls, right? We're going to throw out the number, take some calls, ask the builder. I love the Ask the Builder.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Right, Christian?
Yes, I love Ask the Builder. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually going to, next week, I'm going to hang up and then call in as somebody else.
I love that.
So I can ask
We
a
love
question,
that.
a real
We love
I'm
that.
gonna be, if you hear Chuck from Foxborough, you know it's probably either me or somebody who knows me.
We're going to have segments. We're going to have on-site segments where Steve, Christian, Sophia, myself, we're going to have segments that are very serious and we're detail-oriented and pay attention to real build-outs. Then we're going to have a ton of fun. We're going to have some fun contests where everybody wins in the sense that we're going to go, everybody wins. We're going to be making birdhouses. We're going to be building decks. We're going to be building additions. We're smiling overall because I really have a feeling Christian and Steve, and I think Sophia was saying this on the way over, are actually very talented tradesmen. They just haven't, they're holding that back a little bit. We're all going to be very surprised. I've seen Steve Burton with a nail gun in his hand.
There you go.
He was framing, getting it done, and he goes back decades doing it. So we all don't want to be confused. And I think, like you're saying, Christian, at some point in time, I heard that you made some beautiful shelving.
Look at that.
See,
Oh,
that,
look at that.
all right, there we go.
Good.
Did you do that, Christian?
I did
Christian,
it all,
come on now.
Yeah.
See, this is
All
what I'm
from
trying to
scratch.
tell you.
That's
I think,
impressive.
That's all the coop and lumber. That's all the coop and lumber.
well, that looks absolutely amazing. You did an
Yeah.
incredible job, and
Almost killed
see, that's
myself.
that's what happens, folks. People say, "Nah, I don't have that skill set," and then you can't be lulled into leaning and thinking that's the case, and then out of nowhere, you showed us that beautiful build out. You did a great job.
Hey, Christian, I will say this. I know you've been on a billboard. I've been on a billboard, but I've never been on a billboard in high school. Sophia, what was that like? You're driving down 93, and you see yourself up on a huge billboard for the BZ MVP of the week.
Shout out
And
Local
it was
103.
Yeah.
Shout out Local 103. Huge surprise. Local 103. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I've also never heard of a high school student
Being on a billboard
the
like that?
billboard like that.
Yeah.
I myself am shocked, and I'm just super grateful. So thank you so much, Local 103.
Also, shout
That's
out.
pretty cool.
Shout out Lisa Hughes. Lisa Hughes was a little surprised, I think, and Lisa's amazing. Shout out Lisa Hughes. Thank you for your love and support over the MVP.
And Nick Giovanni, who did the story. But Christian, when we're driving down, all of a sudden, the news station at WBZ's doing the MVP story live on television, right? Next thing you know, they get this picture of Sophia up on the billboard on 93, and our news director and people at the news station said, we can put that on TV. That's got to be on TV. So coming out of her piece, huge billboard, we showed on TV.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Surprise.
It's pretty
And
cool.
For the record, I've never been on a billboard, ever.
Oh, I thought you have been.
I've been on a milk carton.
Oh, Super Bowl champions? You went on a billboard?
I disappeared one time, and they put me on the back of a milk carton.
I thought they,
no.
Have you seen this guy?
I thought they put the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots up on a billboard.
Oh, I mean, they may have. I don't remember. It's possible. It's possible. So
Yeah.
let's go. Yes, I have been.
Incredible. I don't know. This is absolutely amazing. We're here, WATD 95.9.
Every Tuesday night, right?
podcast here every Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. Then on top of it, we got Patriots that are just taken off. Not for nothing, but we're leading the pack. New England Patriots are in the front. Everybody's chasing us now.
First place.
In the division.
First place. And they
we
can
haven't
really,
had-
let me tell you something. You bring up a good point. They can really go on a roll here. They take care of Tennessee. Their toughest game coming up may be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right, Christian?
Well, I mean, yes, Tampa is, and they've been hurt and they've been winning, and that's going to be a tough game, but that's fine. Not even worried about it. The key is can you get to 9 wins? Can you get to 9 wins? I really feel like that'll be the number, right? Because 10 wins, it used to be 9 wins. 9 or 10 wins, I think you're in the playoffs.
Right.
I think you're in the playoffs.
Unbelievable. Well, I noticed something. Our time, my goodness, we have so much fun doing this. The hour just doesn't seem
It's
long
done
enough.
just like that?
Yes, we're done. Before we go, the Bethany Builders Podcast.
Can we eat?
Our host, Sophia Bethoney, Steve Burton, Christian Fauria. I'm Chris Bethoney.
Chris Gobeil.
Chris Gobeil,
Gobeil.
Alina Bethoney, Jerry, Larry,
Shout out to Kayla Burton and Scal from NBC Sports.
Yeah, we can find
Boston.
Shaq. Hashtag where's
100%.
Shaq?
And shout out to our sports director here, Quinn, over at WATD.
Thank you,
Save the
Quinn.
day. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you. We'll see you next week. God bless everybody, and
have a good
we'll
night.
See you later. Take care.